All right, but I want that footage.
Okay. All right, let's roll. You
It's
got
18.
it this time.
Yeah. I thought we were going to hit dice together.
It was close.
That would have been
Our
cute.
dice almost touched.
Or the tips. Ugh.
Let's
Which one's
try
this, buddy?
thing. This is rum, cognac, passion fruit, and a little bit of the poblano spicy.
It's good. I wasn't expecting spicy. I was like, what?
I really should tell you spicy stuff when we have spicy stuff, because I always forget that, and you're always like, it's not spicy though. Like
it's a weird. It's like the texture thing with foods, but it's like with drinks, I don't expect spicy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I don't like spicy, but it's like, if you're not expecting spicy, which is hard to say, then yeah, it's weird. Like, you're like, ooh, cool, refreshing.
Well, honestly, I did it because I was like, I thought I love the way the spice goes with the passion fruit.
Yeah,
it always goes well. So, and then yeah, this is just a old fashioned with off hours whiskey. Pretty good.
It's good. I forgot the camera was over there, and I wonder how many times when I'm like tasting your drink, like, because I always like look off into the distance.
It looks like you're staring straight to the camera. I do it too. Also, I'm just constantly like randomly look at the time. I'm like, it didn't go off? Cool.
Yeah, I'll look at that too.
Yeah, no, it's funny, but no, that was good. Yeah, that's that one whiskey I got. Well, that was one of the whiskeys I got with Jake. I'm sure throughout the next
lemon. It felt perfectly though.
Throughout the next two episodes, I'm sure I'll probably make you the old fashions on that. But dude, Wings fucking murdered.
Oh, sports.
I
was like, you had shitty wings too?
No, you had shitty wings?
I had
Hold on,
wings.
you do that first.
It's not a good story. I had wings yesterday for lunch, and yeah, I fucking died on the toilet at like 4:30.
Oh.
It was bad.
That's the worst, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had no connection in that bathroom. So I was literally, it was so bad I was about to text the group chat and just be like, oh no.
Everything has gone wrong.
Dude, I wish I could have still taken the photo. Like, not of my shit, but like the stall is like that level of reflective to where it's like, you can tell it's me, but you can't see anything.
Yeah.
And I have my safety vest on and my hard hat on where I work. So it's like kind of a person and then this very bright ass vest and hat. And I was like, even in my reflection, you can tell I'm having a tough time right now.
My man is struggling in that
My man is having a time.
Oh, gosh. I love it and I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, wings?
No, so the Wings are basically doing really, really well. They just won 8-3 against the Washington Capitals, who have Ovechkin.
That's a good score for hockey, ain't it?
Yeah. It went. The last game they did was big scoring, was like 6-3, and then this one was 8-3.
Yeah.
So now they're just kind of like I don't know. They're doing really well. I think they're getting really close to being like continuous playoff worthy. I hope. See if, because Eiserman's the GM, so like they have a bunch of photos where like they were just doing the All-Star game or they were doing something or another, and the Stanley Cup sitting there in front of him. He's just like, they have this photo and he's just fucking like,
I want it.
The biggest of like, just give me the cup again. Like I was like, yes. Yeah. I'm like, that's what you want. I'm like, he's got like the Dan Campbell eyes for it again. And like, or should I say Dan Campbell has the Eiserman eyes, because that sounds nicer. Eiserman eyes. And then
it's got
also,
that liaison going to it.
Yeah, and also he's the senior.
Yeah.
Eiserman was a champ for before I think Campbell was even in college. He won the cup in '90s. I think Campbell was in college in the '90s.
The Eiserman eyes and the Campbell, yeah. The Iserman eyes and the Campbell gaze. My mouth stopped.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure if you were gonna go with the glare
Dude,
or glaze or
glaze.
gaze. That's the glare.
I said glaze. That's what happened to me.
Oh god, I just realized one of the little things on your mic unhooked itself. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
No, we gotta fix it, Brandon. No, we don't have to fix it.
You don't have to fix it. It's all right.
Oh.
I'm just gonna stare at it. But like,
I'll move it up here so it looks like you're looking at my face.
Other than that, that's really cool. I mean, there's football. There's the two essentially top draft picks said like they just didn't compete at the combine at all. They were like, yeah, I don't need to compete at the combine. I already know my draft class. I'm just practicing for the football game, which I'm like, okay, that's interesting, but like it might now set a new precedent on people just being like the superstars just being like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You already know what I want. Just get me. But it's interesting. So I was like, that's kind of one's from Ohio State, Marvin Harrison Jr. He's really good. But we have no shot at them. I don't remember who we're. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to much of the mock drafts I've been seeing about who we're picking, but it looks like we're probably. I don't know. I just want a goddamn cornerback. Goddamn it.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough of that. There's not much more on sports other than UFC. I guess I've been playing the fuck out of UFC 5.
Dude, you made your character really well, and like, I saw it and I was like, holy shit, you're in a video game. It was like when I made Finity Punch for Baldur's Gate. Like, I could have done more to make him look more like me.
Yeah.
But yours, I was like, Jesus Christ, how much time did you spend on that?
So, like, obviously, like, it doesn't have the same... They only had a certain amount of custom, like, tattoos and whatever, so they didn't have... I just picked, like, essentially the most colorful front tattoo and threw that on my chest.
Well, I don't see your chest very often.
That's true.
You know? So, like, I saw the colors, it was like, what?
I forgot. Yeah, you don't see me topless a lot.
Not very often.
No.
We should change that. I'm sitting down.
Yeah, say I look good. I'm like, this shirt's already tight enough. It's just all nipples. But like, no, I just kind of picked like, so they had a couple, I don't know, not gears, but some, it was, it's a saw. It's a saw blade in there. So I just put a bunch of saw blades together to make it look like this. And then I just picked like an eagle tattoo through it here. Something that was, there was some lizard thing. I don't know. Yeah.
The fucking
pizza.
That's what gets me, because I'm like, oh.
The pizza is made out of a triangle that happened to be like a yellow. Mm-hmm. They had like, a couple different colored triangles. And I was like, all right, they have a yellow triangle, and you're able to stretch it and move it as you need to because it's supposed to fit on your body. Yeah. So I was able to stretch it out like a pizza. And then I just took all the circles that there was like a red-ish circle, beige circle, not beige, maroon circles, and I just threw them all in like the pepperonis on my arm. And then they had I just took the rectangular block that was like brown and just the crust. That's good. I was very proud of that. And then this one obviously was like, again, they had a circle that was. They had a triangle that was just a line. So I just did that in a dark, filled-in circle. I was like, close enough. We're good. Also, they have a tree. That's like nice. That really resembles the one on this.
I don't know if I've seen that yet.
Have you not seen this?
Not in person. I saw like pictures of it. Yeah. I don't see you with your shirt off very often, buddy.
Yeah, I guess I forget that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, it's sweet.
I was like, it can. I don't know. You can't really see it too well, but yeah, you can.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. You don't need to see it. Stop switching the camera on me.
But nah, man, it's I'm gonna say there wasn't too much. I think there's some stuff going on in basketball because that's happening. But I should get into it. I just can't.
I get that.
I don't know if it's the like because it's such a long game and there's so many points scored, it becomes the like, all right, it doesn't mean anything.
Mundane,
yeah, you can basically take away with it. It doesn't mean anything unless it is close, and then it only matters in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, all right, well, I don't know, something about it. I'm gonna try. I should get it. I part of it also is our team sucks, so it's hard to like get into our team when they're all terrible players. Like I don't want to be like, yay, like I learned all these guys, and then like half of our roster is just gone next year.
Yeah, and it's like, it's the Pistons are the redheaded stepchild of Detroit. Like, because we're like, oh, the Wings are doing bad. They were great once. The Lions are doing bad. I don't care. I'm going to support them. They're going to be good eventually. But the Pistons were like, remember when they were good? Like, there's no
the
like
Tigers
support.
too.
The Tigers too, yeah.
But they're not in season right now. And They were horrible anyways. But like, the one thing about the Tigers that I can say on is that seance witches. No,
I can't think of a dead Tiger player.
No, no, I think he's still alive.
That's what I was at. I was like, I don't know any baseball players.
I was like, Aaron Trammell. I was like, I know he's still alive. They just inducted him a couple years ago.
He could still die before this episode drops.
I hope not.
I hope not, too. Especially because I'm going to clip this, and this is going to be like 3 months from now.
Were we wrong or right at this point? I don't know. Eventually, based on how the internet works, we will be right. And I don't want to be. Anyways, no, I was saying, like, Miguel Cabrera retired last year, and he had a massive contract. So now that he's gone, I don't remember how much his contract was because it
was a lot. I remember reading about it, but I don't pay much attention to it.
And that's it. Like, I'm gonna look it up real quick before my phone dies.
You know what I could do? I could bring the wireless charger here that we can pop there, so we can actually put our phones on it and charge it.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I have an extra one somewhere.
Contract.
Cabrera. I used to get him mixed up with I don't remember if it's a restaurant or like a sporting goods store. I think it's a sporting goods store, but I get that mixed up with the restaurant too. Was it Cabrera?
Cabrera.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. In 2014, he signed. Oh, motherfucker. That's not even it. Okay, here we go. Yeah. God. I disagree. I don't want you to see the things. Alright, so. Yeah, oh my God. So in 2008, he had a contract extension to 2015 of $152 million. 2016 to 2025, $248 million over 8 years. It's an average salary of $31 million a year. And then they gave him just his yearly buyout since he retired because he didn't make it to 2025. They just still gave him the $1 million anyways.
Yeah.
A $1 million buyout for 2024. So yeah. $31 million is a lot of money to make available for a baseball season.
I would kill a man for $1 million.
I feel like it would have to be at least 3.
Yeah, because then you can get away with it.
Well, with the way inflation is, like,
yeah,
like that $1 million ain't gonna mean shit. And
No.
you gotta. It's also gotta be it has to be enough that it's worth. Like, because one, here's the thing: is in the day and age we live, like, it is incredibly impossible to pull off murder. Just because all the technology, all the things. So, like, your chances, regardless, are without, like, connections, is essentially, I would average on, like, 5 to 10% that you make it. So it has to be enough that you're willing to risk a 90% chance of getting caught.
Well, here's the thing. There's no death penalty in Michigan. So either way, like, you're set for life.
Yeah, but then you're in jail for at least probably 15 years.
You get 3 meals in a cot.
Yeah, you don't spend any of that money. If you're smart enough, you put it in a CD for a bunch of years. And just
and then when you're out, you're good. Finance.
We're going to jail. I'm kidding.
Do you remember the photo of us? E-boys are in the stock market.
E-boys going to... Now we just got to find someone willing to pay some absolutely untrained, unqualified,
but yeah,
untrained, unqualified, fresh assassins.
I'm pretty qualified. I've been trained to kill.
You've been trained to kill in open combat, not hidden agenda.
I've also been trained to heal people.
I'm sorry. Good.
I'm so sorry. I need money.
I'll think of you when I'm eating croissants in Paris. Just it's okay. This is so bad. But
sometimes I forget that stuff, man. Like
that you did it.
Yeah, that I killed a man. I forget it. No, I never killed a man. But no, sometimes I forget, like, the whole army shit. Like, we're planning, like, a LARP group, which I wanted to talk to you about on the podcast. It's in Ohio. I want to say it's like 3 days long. But it's LARPing. It's like full on live action D&D. Yeah. Mark is the one who sent us the info and everything, and it's like the classes are a little different. Like, you actually have, like, a job you can do, and one of them is healer. And it was like, you have an infirmary that you work in, and, like, you can heal people in battle and stuff. And I was like, I was leaning towards, like, a wizard at first, because I was like, hopefully by October I'm in shape so I can be buff wizard. But then I read the healer one, and I was like, oh, that'd be really easy to role play. And I messaged the chat and was like, yeah, I might go healer and just, relive my combat medic days. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that. And then, like, I was like, I got a perfect name for him too. I'm just gonna go by Andrew.
I'm a medic.
I'm a medic.
Well, okay, what days is it? Is the thing.
I can't remember fully. I believe it's in October.
Okay.
I gotta look again. I'll pull it up later and let you know.
I mean, I am definitely interested. I've always wanted to do that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, ever since the movie Role Models came out and that concept became a thing to me, I was like, yo,
yeah,
like, that would be sick. I don't know if I want to be necessarily a sword guy or not, but, like,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like realistically I would actually be.
The healer seems real fun, especially because, like, when I was a medic and a nurse, like, I took the job very seriously, even in, like, the simulated stuff we did. So, like, I won't be the happy-go-lucky, like, D&D character I always play. Like, I will full-on be Specialist Edie.
Yeah.
You're in my fob right now. Let's go. Like, it seems really fun.
So I wonder, like, because obviously I'm like, with the LARPing rules, like, are you allowed to, potatoes are overdone. I forgot to tell her. I thought it was only like 7:05. I'm like, oh, it's 7:20. Those potatoes were supposed to come out like 10 minutes ago.
It's okay.
It's fine. Dinner's fucked. Anyways, no. It's so, like, as a healer, are they allowed to attack you?
Probably.
Or do you just have a shield and you got to do your best to...
I'd have to look at the guideline again.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
I'd assume they can.
We're going to strategize.
There was no Geneva Convention in medieval times.
Oh, no, agreed. But, like, that's where
we could make it to where there's a Geneva Convention.
Are we going to be the radical LARPers?
We're going to be the Canadians.
We are the new LARPers. We are radical. We want to change it. No healers should ever be shot.
I could go full live action and actually bring all my first aid shit.
Just dress up like a war medic.
Yeah, just fucking hook Mark up to an IV and be like, "You're good to go."
Mm-hmm. And he's like, "I actually feel better." And he's like, "Yeah,
I feel great." I'm like, "I know how to do my job."
It's a real IV. I don't actually recommend running away. You have a needle. I'll take it out.
Actually, hold on. Let me just put the stopper in. You have a catheter in place. You can go run, come back. It's an easy insert when you're hurt. Because that's what we use.
He's just running with like a piss line. Just fucking just leaking everywhere.
Oh, it doesn't leak. It doesn't leak. It stops. You can turn it on to where you'll leak out blood.
Oh, no. You said catheter.
That's what it is.
Oh.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, no. I think catheter, I'm like, for some fucking reason, you medically are like, yo. And he's just leaking piss as he's fucking running through a battlefield.
Could you imagine you walk into the LARP events medical tent that's like for play, it's pretend, and you just see a man just like full on inserting a Foley cath.
He's just... My favorite thing is because obviously, like, I've never had one inserted and I've never watched it be inserted.
It's a weird feeling.
So I'm just imagining just, like, walking in and just seeing, like, gently laying someone's cock right in between your fucking finger.
You don't go that way. Well, it depends on how big it is. Big ones, you gotta go that way. Small ones, you can go that way.
Well, yeah. But either way, you're just kind of, you're like...
It goes in real easy.
You spit on it.
But I want to imagine that, like, I would, because I get really into roleplay at D&D. So imagine me, like, actually running, like, an infirmary as a fucking... I'll probably be a halfling. Just like,
everyone's dying!
Shouting out orders. No, it's fucking triage. He's dead. You'll be okay. You get over there. You're going to be fine. You need help.
One guy that's dead is just like, can I go get a snack?
No, you have to fucking lay there.
Man, I'll throw you some gummy snacks. Okay.
Honestly, those were the best parts. Like when we did simulated Moscow things. Like, they give you a little card with like your injury on it. And like, there's real fun ones where it's like, you're going to die. So you either get to like lay there and like, just die, or you lay there and like you have a slow death, so you're just screaming the whole fucking time. Those ones are fun.
And they just have to hope that you weren't one of the ones that was. So what do you tell them when they come up to you? Are you just supposed to be like, I have this?
No, I mean you have a card, but like I don't know how it is with LARPing. Like it's magic and shit. So I'm assuming.
I guess I'm talking about specifically your medical.
Yeah, but the combat medic stuff, like you have a card on you, and like we would occasionally have like prosthetics and stuff. Like we had one. I loved this thing. It was one where your ball got shot off, so you had a testicle dangling. But you're not supposed to give them your card until they do like a full like look over of you. And like for that stuff, like they got to get in and everything. Like if we had prosthetics, like they would reach in to see if you had an inguinal wound, and like there's just a testicle outside of your pants. Those were fine. But then once they do the full inspection, then you can give the card, and if you're really into it, you can like, you know, fuck around and act.
Oh, nuts.
Dude, I loved those. But, you know, they do a full inspection and you give them the card, and, like, you're supposed to triage.
Yeah.
So it's like, if that person's going to die and you can't do anything for them,
yeah,
you put them in the black pile. And, like, they're gonna die. You have red, yellow, green. Like, the greens are okay, just go fucking deal with it. The yellows are the ones you try for. The reds are the ones you try for if you think you can. And, like, the people that are gonna die, you just put them in a corner. And if you're like me and you're fucking playing it up the whole time they're trying to treat other people, you're just fucking yelling and screaming. And you're just outside like, I'm gonna fucking die, just going off. It's so fun.
I want to see my mama. Mama.
Yeah. And I would want, like, I don't know how it'll be for LARPing, but I would want that shit, man.
I think I see my cousin.
Grandpa,
He died when I was 10.
Is that you, Grandpa?
He's flipping me off. It's him. Fuck you, Dad. Oh, I think I'm going out. And one last.
Oh yeah.
It just.
There were fun ones, man.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have ones where it was like, there's nothing that can be done for you, but you are going to die in like 4 hours.
That's hilarious.
So it was like the whole time you're just fucking. And then there were others where it was like you had like an aortic rupture. So it's like, you're going to bleed out before they even get to you. So as soon as they say go, you just start screaming. And then within 30 seconds, so they run up and check you out. And then it's just like, oh, we dead.
He's dead. I love that. I'm not going to lie. That'd be so funny. Which, what'd they do to you? I'm like, they cut my head off. Oh, just run away. I got shot. My entire body was engulfed in a fireball. Well,
you're dead.
You are roasted.
But it sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And then, like, you for the LARPing, you can actually go out to, like, the battlefield.
Yeah.
And I want to go out and do, like, actual tactics that I learned and shit. Like, fucking combat roles and everything. Just running around like, healed, you're healed.
So, like, I guess that's the other part of it, too, is, like, so when obviously in role models, the LARPing is essentially everyone just kind of runs at each other like it's a battlefield and attacks like it's open range.
Yeah.
When you're saying is there, like, actual, like, I go, then you go, then I go?
I think it's all at once.
Because that's what I thought. Like, it's just essentially, it is like an actual battle. You just run out there, do your best to avoid.
Yeah, I think it's all at once, but I'm not certain. I don't think they would play the D&D rounds, like, you know, you might have a cooldown on spells or some shit where it's like you can't fucking cast Fireball for 30 seconds or some shit. I don't know how they would. Yeah,
that's kind of I guess. Well, do they have Wizard as a class?
Yeah, I gotta look it up again. I can send you the page.
Yeah, because like. I am wondering, like, I would imagine, like, depending how big it is, like, do they have any coaches that are paying attention to, like, hey, there is this guy that just pays attention to wizards in this area, and it's like, all right, you just cast something, you can't cast, I don't know. That's hard.
I'd assume we're all, like, low level, too, like, you know, we're not going to be, like, fucking level 20 wizards and fighters,
True.
Like, especially not fighters. Because, like, you'd have to actually be trained, you know? Like,
honestly, it might be, like, you might have to throw a ball at someone. And, like, it's like, okay, once you pick it up, you can cast it again, but...
I would think so. Maybe you have, like, 3 or 4 or some shit, and you can throw it at them. I saw the arrows that you can use, and they're like those big... They're like an arrow with, like, a big Nerf thing.
Bulb on it, yeah.
I saw those, and then I saw some of, like, the foam swords and stuff you can get. For healer, though, I want to look into that further to see if, like...
Yeah.
I want to do full-on combat medic. Like, let me run out and kill a guy and heal a guy.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of like... You should just run out with a dagger, and while you're running around, like, fighting people, and there's, like, a random guy fighting someone, you just...
Just fucking shank him.
Shank, run, heal.
Like, I will actually... I'll start going running again to get back into like combat medic shape to where when I go to this I can full on just fuck shit up.
I need to actually get cardio because at this point, like,
Same.
I'm starting at work. Like, I can average 150 push-ups a day if I really like. If I focus and push it, like,
push it real good.
No, I just like it. A lot more of it's like I get distracted at work and I forget to like do them, and I try to do them at work. Today I did them. I got my 150. I was trying to go up to 200, but then I ended up we had a bunch of days where we literally did nothing at work, so like I do them while I'm working, and because we weren't working, I was just chatting with people, so I didn't do them. So the little break I took, I was like, all right, I wasn't close. I was just pushing on getting to 200. I was like, all right, I have to get back to the 150. But, like, I can't run. I mean, the only running I do is when I have to piss. And because the way my line is set up, I can see far enough where, like, all right, well, I know I'm on, like, its own little closed loop of the line. I just put parts on a cart that bring the parts to the engine, and then they take those parts and put it on the engine, and then that cart gets detached and resent around, blah blah blah. Not for you, but them. But so like I know if there's a gap, like there isn't any coming towards me and they have not sent it yet, I have about 2 minutes until it'll get to my area. That and the guy that works across from me usually just covers me anyways. But I will run to the bathroom, do my tinkle, wash my hands, and then run back in 2 minutes. So it is like a decent little cardio exercise, but that's once a day.
Yeah, dude, we gotta start playing tennis, man.
See, the one thing I worry about tennis is I don't want to fuck my knees up. Like, that's really... It can be really bad on your knees, and my knees are, like, already not doing great.
True.
Like, it's weird to say that at 32, I already have 13 years of just standing around assembly line walking as, I've been to a foot doctor, and that was 2 years ago, and he was like, yeah, you have bone spurs developing in your foot. Like,
dude, I've been to a doctor for my knees, a knee doctor.
Yeah.
I've been to a doctor for my knees 3 times now, and the first time I went, he was like, yeah, they're a little messed up. The second time I went, it was a different doctor, and they were like, yeah, they're a little messed up. Like, you know, you might have to have, like, knee surgery when you're, like, 50, 60. The third doctor I went to when I was 27 was like, you're going to need to get these replaced before you're 40. And I'm like, sick.
That said,
I'm 32 this year.
I'm hoping within the next 10 years or so, stem cell...
Yeah, give me them baby cells.
Well, yes, no. They're not baby cells.
I know.
Yeah, they take them out of you. But, like, that's the thing is, like, that stuff is actually starting to truly, like...
Dude, it's going to be a game changer.
Yeah. Unfortunately, obviously, right now, you can't really do it unless you're rich. But, like, I'm hoping... Like, honestly, if I got, like... If I won the lottery, other than paying my house off, the first thing I'm doing is buying Bill stem cells for his feet.
Yeah.
Because he has, like, he's got gout. He's got all kinds of ridiculous foot issues in his feet and his knees and his hands. So I'm about to just hey, Bill, guess who's going to fucking Colombia? And we're going on a Colombian trip, and we're getting shot up with stem cells. I'm like, cool. Well, this is going to hurt, but, like, your feet will be fine. Also, you're retiring.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah. Like, I'm imagining hopefully in these next 10 to 15 years, like, that kind of treatment actually really starts making a massive difference. And having to do, like, actual joint replacement will only be for truly, like, all right, there's nothing we can do. Yeah. Like, the most extreme of extremes. Because, like, I've said it here, like, I do listen to Rogan. In a couple months, like a month or two ago, he had a guy that runs a stem cell clinic in Texas that does stuff. It's the guy that treated him. He had an entire shoulder or rotator cuff tear, like completely torn, and they were like, yeah, you're gonna have to have surgery. There's nothing we can do. Did the stem cells, and a year later went back, and that same doctor was like, yeah, there's not a single even evidence that it was gone. So I'm like, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Like, we are getting there to the point, like, they can really fix shit in you.
I mean, even the surgeries alone, like, I was going to say 10 years ago, but roughly 20 at this point, because 2015 I worked in the hospital. And 10 years prior to that, if you got a shoulder replacement or like a hip replacement, you were bedridden for like a month.
Yeah.
I had patients where like, yeah, they're still going to be a little sore, but like they were in the hospital for like 3 days and then walking out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Like they've improved a shit ton. So when we start getting like the stem cells and everything like you talked about, and I'm not well versed in it, I know of it, but like,
yeah.
That shit's a game changer, man.
I mean, I don't know, obviously, a ton of it either. The one problem that'll come from it will be the pharmaceutical companies, like...
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Trying to stamp it out, because, like, they're already kind of doing it with, what's it called, PEDs. It's, like... Essentially, it's what a lot of old people start taking to, like, supplement what your body stops producing after you're, like,
yeah, penis-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, it's all dick drugs. It's all penises.
It's all about the dick, baby.
Always about the dick. Anyways. But, no, like, legitimately, though, like, they're... I guess they're starting to try to, like, outlaw, like, PEDs because... that was essentially what the one guy came on about. Was he was like, look, like... This is what I've been, like, treating tons of patients with for a long time, and now they're, like, getting off their drugs and shit like that, and it's helping them. And now they're starting to outlaw this shit with no actual scientific evidence behind it, and they're just like, yeah, it's not good. So that's going to be our one fight with that, is, like, fighting drug companies just trying to continuously make money.
Oh, yeah.
And it's sad. It sucks.
We got depressing again.
Anyway, sorry. It's just because I'm depressed.
That's my job, Brandon. That's my thing. I'm the depressed one. Yeah. You're the happily married man. I'm the depressed one with cats.
See, I am very fucking happily married.
It's sad.
I'm just sad about the fucking state of the world that we're stuck in because it's difficult. It makes it so much more difficult for us in our entire generation to fucking retire, and it's sad to watch all my friends and me and everyone just be like, we can't do anything.
Dude, I found it was not the exact house, but like the exact house that my parents had when I first moved up here. I found like a house on that street that was the same layout, like the same house. And fucking, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was looking at it and, like, seeing how much it sold for. I didn't see a listing price, but it was like, contact us for land contract, purchasing information, or you can rent the house for $19.80 a month. And I was like,
holy
that house
shit
is not worth $2,000.
No.
Like,
I was going to say, I poked my phone up because... What?
My read a thing. What?
Sorry, I clicked my phone on to open Facebook to pull something up, and it said, "What shift canceled?" And I'm like, "What? Oh shit!
Did your job get canceled?
I might be off work tomorrow."
Nice.
Anyways, so a friend of ours, Nick, posted a house. I'm going to just I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
So that
not that I plan on moving anytime soon.
I'm just sending it to you because it's like somewhat, I looked at it, it's under 200. So it's not like absolutely unreasonable kind of thing. And it needs a lot of work. Which is I'm like, the reason I'm bringing it up is because we just talked about it on the last podcast. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, oh boy.
Oh, I think I looked at this one.
Yeah.
It's the one in St. Clair Shores.
And it's right by Chrissy's house.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's in St. Clair Shores. It's like maybe a mile and a half with like having to navigate the streets from Chrissy's house. So it wouldn't be the...
It looks like Chrissy's house.
It does. I legit, like, at first, well, one, I read the street because it's like Wilmont.
I'm on Wilmot.
No.
Oh, it's Winton.
Sorry, Winton.
Yeah.
I
was like, that's the street I'm on.
And that was it, is I was like, oh, should we? No one watches.
No one watches.
We're at 40 minutes in, no one watches that point. Anyway, so I saw that and I was like, oh my God, like, is that the same street? And it's like, yes. So it needs work. It needs work. But it wouldn't be...
This wouldn't be a lot of work.
Wouldn't be a lot of work.
Yeah.
It'd be work, but to me it's not a lot of expensive work. It's just a lot of sweat. Like
God,
getting the carpet ripped out, ripping all that shit out. This is
Chrissy's house with the mudroom and a basement.
Yeah.
I'll buy it and then have them move in.
Look, I'll be honest. I didn't look at any of the finance part of it at all. I saw the I think it was 189, but I did not look at like I don't know what interest rates are right now.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. Is it's like I'm not. Look, like I feel bad because it's a house that Nick is hosting, and he's never gonna hear this. But like, I would never.
That's not bad.
And that's it. I would never advise any of my friends to buy a home right now.
Yeah.
I beg you need to wait like 6 months if you can. Just spend the extra time saving money anyways. And then have a better shot at putting your 20% down.
Yeah. Well, for me, as long as I get my credit up, which we're slowly working on.
Yeah.
I got the VA loan and shit, so I hopefully would only have to put like 5 to 10 down. But it depends on how the housing market goes.
Do you still also get a PPI loan?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would need like the homeowners insurance and all that shit. Your price would be a little bit higher, but what it is it's you're able to put 0% down.
Yeah.
And like you get a bunch of like closing costs covered and shit like that, or like it gets added on for like a lesser amount. But most people that use the VA loan, they'll buy it for their first home and then they'll refi after like 5-10 years. Which is
that's
my
not
plan.
A bad idea.
Like that's my plan. Get into something that I can realistically afford, and then 5-10 years down the line, we'll refi so I get better rates and everything.
Yeah. I mean, because I was looking at it, I was like, I wish it was more of a feasible time.
Yeah.
Because I was literally looking at it, because like the reason I even looked at it more was because he was like, it has so much potential, and I was like, okay. Like I see it. Like the basement has potential, and then you could have a really cool upper floor like suite essentially, and then I was just like, well, I don't know about suite because you have to have, I didn't look close enough to see if there's a bathroom up there.
It'd be the cat's room.
That's fair.
Yeah, especially because they keep trying to get into Chrissy's room. So if I bought that house, I'd be like, I would take them in, and then I would immediately start walking up the stairs and just open the door and be like, you're allowed. You can venture.
That'd be fun. But I'm
Go
like...
forth, my children.
I kept seeing it, and I was like, we could do some fun shit to that house. Yeah. And then just be like, all right, we're just moving all this shit over there, and I'll just drive over. Because honestly, I'd be over there more often because I'd be helping you tear and fix the fucking house up. So I'd be cool. We're just going to record. We're going to get tipsy, and then we're going to get to fucking work because most of it will be demo for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I was looking into, like I said, I have been looking into getting like a house that's like toward the shit, and like getting into the house and then getting like a camper that I could chill out in while I'm working on the house. You know, but then I'm like, oh shit, I got the cats. Like, they wouldn't be good in the camper. Like, for me, I could fucking pop a tent in the backyard, you know.
Also, the bigger thing is, too, is it's like, you have the camper, but then you're, like, basically double mortgaging.
Yeah. Well,
depending on the camper or whatever.
Either that or I would have bought, like a really shitty Sprinter van. Because I do want to do... I've always wanted to convert a van to like be a camper, especially like with my job. I travel a lot, so it could be like I'll just go fucking post up in like an RV campground for $10 a night, you know, and then you pay me the full per diem instead of the hotel.
Yeah.
Then I'm getting like fucking $500 a day, you know.
But guaranteed, they find out you had that. They go, well, we're not going to pay you back. No, you are. I spent this extra money to make it nice for me, not you.
Yeah. That was my plan with the last job when they were supposed to send me out to Lansing for like a year and a half. I have a couple buddies who live out there, and they weren't looking for a roommate, but when I told them, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm supposed to go out to Lansing for work for like a year and a half, we got to catch up. They were like, you can come live with me instead of doing the hotel, and I'll only charge you $200 a month. And I was like, because
that's not
$200 a month, and I'm out there for a year and a half, and they would be paying me hundreds of dollars a day.
Yeah,
that
would have been awesome. But no, honestly, like I don't know. There's part of me that like just daydreams about getting you a place. So I'm like, cool, we can fucking start tearing that motherfucker up, because I do want to do some work. I just like, dude, I don't know.
It's fun.
There's not. I am, now that this is finally finished and we got like this table and everything out of the guest room. We need to turn that. I need to get the dressers and shit out of there. And then we're gonna paint that motherfucker, whatever she decides to paint it. And we're gonna turn it into her.
What are you doing with the dressers?
Right now we're just putting them in the garage because they're in the guest room, so we don't use them. She wants to turn it into a reading room, and when we have we're not having guests stay here. No one's using a fucking dresser. Like, so we're just like, all right. Right now we're planning on just throwing them in the garage, and then whenever they do that summer thing, we'll put them for sale. See if they sell. If they sell, cool. We sold them. If they don't, we're just gonna throw a nice tarp on them. We'll use it essentially as extra storage space and just stack shit on it until we need it. Yeah. And then
I was gonna say I gotta move. I gotta rearrange my room.
Yeah.
I don't really like dressers. I like my bookshelves. You know, like I can see my clothes, so I know what I have. But with all the cats and everything, I wanna start covering my clothes because there's hair everywhere. But yeah, I gotta rearrange the room because I'm getting basically like a cat kennel. It's really big. It's got towers and shit in it.
The one thing I will say is they're also like they're old like 90s dressers because we got them from her parents.
Yeah.
So they're
I think I remember what they look like.
Yeah. So they're also like I mean, I would say just. I mean, I don't know. I'll talk with Melissa about it.
Yeah, I'll look at them.
Also, they're pretty big. Like that's more of it too. Is they're when I guess what I'm more pointing out when I say 90s dressers, that they're thick as fuck. And
just like a 90s baby,
like oatmeal.
Oh, brown sugar, cinnamon, or I don't know any other oatmeal flavors.
Ham and raisin. Like, what the fuck?
Are they like the dinosaur ones? Those are dope, dude. I miss those.
Oh god, I was never into oatmeal as a kid.
We had it a lot.
See, like I never had sweet oatmeal as a kid.
We didn't really either, but occasionally, like, they would. It wasn't even really my parents. It was like we'd go over to my parents' friend's house. Shout out Jay and Crystal. You don't watch. Saw it. But their kid was an only child for the longest time, and he got spoiled like a motherfucker. So every time we would go over there was like the fucking dinosaur egg oatmeal, the blueberry oatmeal, Pop-Tarts.
Nice shit.
Yeah. None of them Toast-'em pop-ups. Legit
I'll be
Pop-Tarts.
Honest, it was We went back and forth between Toast and Pop-Ups and Pop-Tarts.
Honestly, Toast and Pop-Ups were dope too. I liked those.
They were bad.
Yeah.
A lot more of it became what flavors were there.
Yeah.
And then you were like, all right, this one was better than that one.
Yeah.
Like the Toast and Pop-Ups fudge was better than Pop-Tart fudge.
Yeah, it was. It was
Like,
so fucking good.
100%. Yeah, one was better. They didn't have a s'more.
Yeah.
S'more is my favorite. Like, hands down, s'more is my favorite Pop-Tart. And then second favorite is wild berry.
Wild berry's good, yeah.
It's that's the mix. You have to have that mix of berries. It's
I just accidentally used my D&D character's voice there. My cowboy bard. I was reminiscing, and you're like, the wild berry one, really fucking good. And I was like, the wild berry Pop-Tart's amazing. Like, it was good. Why did my voice drop about that?
But like they legit, like, I would also say, like, it's not like my flavor of choice.
Yeah.
But the brown sugar cinnamon.
Dude, I love the brown sugar cinnamon. Like,
so does Melissa.
It's so, dude, I had a theory and you just ruined it because Melissa's an only child. My theory was I'm the youngest child, and we would get the variety box, and it's the same thing I have about Starburst. My favorite flavor is yellow. Everybody hates the yellow. Everybody hates the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts. Dude, you get the variety pack of those. That's all that was left for me. That was my shit. Black licorice, love it. That was the only jelly bean left in my house.
I hate black licorice.
I thought you were about to say something else. I was like, Brandon.
And canceled. No. I'm just... Okay, I can't say I hate black licorice.
I get it.
But
it's not your favorite.
Yes.
For me, it is my favorite.
It's not a flavor I would say I enjoy. It's one I can tolerate, and one that is only good when you truly, like, accent it right.
Yeah, just like black people, right? I went there, Brandon.
You can.
I shouldn't. I'm going to clip it down.
But you can.
I'm going to clip it down. Just to reiterate, my dad's black.
And his brother.
And my sisters.
Yes. But no, I was going to say... I don't remember what I was going to say.
Dude, it is February 29th. I made that joke on the last day of Black History Month. I'm so sorry.
But this one won't even drop
I
until,
know. But
like,
we know.
March.
We know.
Dude, by the time this episode drops, hold on, I should finish what my
It'll
thought
be my
was.
brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, George. Anyways, no, I was gonna say that with black licorice, like, you can accent it the right way and it's fine. But it was just never one of my favorites. Brown sugar, she really likes them. Again,
Dude,
same
so
thing.
good.
Like, I like it, but to me, I'm like, I prefer s'mores or the cookie or the cookies and cream, wild berry. Okay, maybe depending, because that's the thing, is like, if it depends of, like, do I want, like, the tartness of,
you
like,
gotta be in the mood for it.
yeah, do I want the tartness of of the berry flavors, or do I want, like, a chocolate and something sweet? Because, like if I'm hungry, I'm not gonna turn down a brown sugar one. Like, it's not like I don't know if there's a Pop-Tart. Okay, that's a lie. Unfrosted Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
I think I could turn down unfrosted Pop-Tarts.
Freeze them. You freeze them.
And
they're so much better.
Eating them frozen?
Yeah.
The unfrosted ones?
Yeah. Well, every Pop-Tart in general, but, like, even the unfrosted ones, you freeze it and, like, it's like 1,000 times better.
See, I get the idea of, like, freezing, like, the s'more or whatever Pop-Tart and then, like, toasting it so that the inside is, like, it's cold enough that it has a different temperature. But, like, eating just a frozen pop, I don't know.
Dude, it's so good. Like,
I have to try it.
The inside doesn't, like, solidify. Like, I almost pulled the ice cube out. It doesn't solidify like the ice cube. Like, it's not, like, rock hard. Yeah. But, like, it changes the texture and makes it almost gooier.
Well, yeah, because it's mostly gelatin.
Like, it is so good, dude. Like, you gotta freeze your Pop-Tarts, man. I'm gonna go get some right after this. No, I'm not.
So, like, one of the things we've been talking about is, like, we need to get an outdoor fridge so we can have more freezer space. And then we want to get an actual deep freezer to get it, like, my mom said, like, she's willing to split doing the whole, like, get a whole cow.
Mm-hmm.
So we're planning on trying to do that in the next, like, year and a half once we save up enough money to get that half of a cow.
Yeah.
That said, the half of a cow is going to last us at least an entire year. So, like, it's one of those, like... And it'll be way healthier kind of thing. Because we're going to get it from a real...
Yeah.
You get it from a real farm that's the meat...
Yeah.
The whole, like... The proteins and all the shit are more nutrient dense. So you get fuller, faster kind of bullshit. I want to see how that is. Regardless. Like,
that's good.
And that's the thing is I want to get to that point. But we're slowly getting there. But I want to get that deep freezer so I can, one, have more space for fucking ice cubes, and then two, I want to have more space to do like putting shit in a freezer and trying it. Like, I would have space to put Pop-Tarts. I don't have space to put a Pop-Tart in that freezer.
Dude, I'm telling you, throw some in there.
See, like, right now, the things I throw in the freezer, other than ice in generic food, is, like, chocolate. Sometimes.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of freezer space either.
Yeah.
I was
we
actually...
also have 3 people there, too.
Yeah, this week I was going to buy, like, a mini fridge to put in my room. That way I could, like, meal prep and stuff, because, like, I was being real healthy and exercising a lot more. Now I have less time to exercise and less time to cook, but also, like, they say they'll make room in the fridge, and I know they will, but, like, for meal prepping, like, I need a whole shelf.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm cooking for the week.
Yeah.
You know, but I was going to get a mini fridge, but I got the cat kennel thing instead, so we can start socializing.
I wish that fridge I had in the basement still worked.
Same. I also wish the fridge that I had that wound up in my brother's house, I wish I had known about that forever ago, because I would have taken that back. But instead it sat in a closet and then just got riddled with mold.
Yay! Yeah. And on that note, thank you guys for listening.
Bye. I'm gonna go eat a sandwich.
So yeah, I'm gonna. It's late, so it's almost 8 by us. So
yeah.
We love you guys. Thank you so much. We look forward to actually seeing you on the set again next week. And we love you. Do the things with the algorithm stuff. And bye, guys.
Bye-bye.